Hey everybody, and welcome back to Uru. So, it seems like the problem with the black screen of blackness has been resolved. It did seem like there were some issues that came up as a result of me alt-tabbing out of the game. It was kind of like what happened when we were in Teledon for the first time with the telescope thing and all that, except this was on a much larger scale. I noticed when I went back to Relto that going into the bookshelf caused everything to flicker. Like, you could see the bookshelf view and then the like the normal view in the third person at the same time almost, and it was really weird. But anyway, we are back in Ahnonay now, and more importantly, things look a lot different here. So we must have traveled forward in time then, because this is not the same Ahnonay we saw before, for sure. There's no more quabs, everything is now broken down, and we've got this clock down here that's still holding up, I guess, and it's got some dots on it again. We've also got these crystal things here, which is interesting, and whoa! Okay. I guess if we run into them, they break. So does this eliminate some of the dots on the screen? Or the clock thing? Seems like it does. I guess we should go around and shatter all of them if we're going to travel forward in time again. Or maybe backward in time, I don't know. Either way, this is interesting because right now there's actually a thunderstorm going on outside as I'm recording this. We don't get a lot of storms here in Colorado that aren't snow, but this is... sometimes during the summer it happens. There's the tower over there. Although, unlike before, we don't have a pond down here to jump into. It's just a big chasm, so that doesn't look very safe. Here's another crystal. I can see some islands out that way. And it seems like this path goes into the fog. We have to be very careful here. I'm saying as I'm running through it. But it's a lot easier to get to this than swimming in the first Ahnonay, at least. And hey, there's a shell cloth here. Well, that's cool. Another crystal formation. Okay. And I guess that's it. There's still no way to get inside that I can see, at least. Just that. Alright. Well. Back to the mainland we go, I guess. It's a very gloomy place. I like that sensation of going through the crystals. It feels kind of awesome. And we need to get up there to get that one. Let's see, how are we going to accomplish that? I guess through this path. Here we go. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. I told you jumping was awkward in this game. Alright, we're almost to the end. Oh, I forgot to turn Discord off. Oh well. You guys get to hear the notification sound a few times through the video, I'm sure. Alright, how do we get up to that one? You probably have to go to this first, and then hop up there. There we go. Alright, there we are. And it looks like we accomplished our mission. It's just one dot left. And if the previous instance of Ahnonay was anything to go by, then that dot refers to us. So it looks like that's all we can really do here, so let's use the book and see what happens. Hopefully we can discover more about this place or trigger the time traveling mechanism again, or both would be preferable. Go back into the cathedral again. Alright. Let's see what awaits us now. Well, that was certainly not what I was expecting. We're in space! Somehow, we can breathe. I mean, I guess in a world with a star fissure, that's possible. But, good night, the clock tower thing is broken down. Everything's just all scattered all over the place now. There's nothing, nothing to see here. Is that where the tower was? Looks like that's the biggest island over there. Can't really get there, though, from here. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. My Windows Update thing kicked in and requested my attention, which completely shuts the game window to the side. That's kind of a bit annoying. But anyway, we're back. And, yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to get over there from here, so that's not going to work out. Alright, so there's nothing that we can really interact with here either. It's just all rocks, all broken out, disjointed. It's still kind of weird that we can be breathing out here in space. I mean, we can see a planetary ring right there or something. So, we read in the notebook for this age that Ahnonay allowed the visitors to see the past, present, and future of the Dunny homeworld, Garternay, which must mean that the idyllic version of Ahnonay was the past, maybe the crystal stormy one was the present, and the space one was future? This linking book image is still a little odd, though. And we're back to peaceful Ahnonay. Okay. Well, I guess we've now looped back to the past? It's kind of strange, though. So, let's try something. It seems like whenever we link out of here, the time changes. So if I linked through to Relto and used the book over here, let's try using the shell cloth and seeing where that takes us. Will we be in the crystal version? No, we're not. We're actually over here next to the tower in the watery version. Okay, so the age did not change at all when we did that. Alright, well, in that case, what we're going to do, we don't want to leave. We want to go back. We need to go to the linking book here, because apparently using the linking book here is the only way to trigger these time changes. It's a little odd. Why does it have to hinge on that linking book? Like, what's the deal with that? I'm a little suspicious of that. And also this current is being really irritating. Alright. This way. We'll take the easier route since that's, I think that's the easier route, the one over there. Oh hey, we can actually walk. Can you jump up the rock there? I'm really curious if you can do that. No, man. Probably would have been faster just to link back to Relto and go back and around the island. Alright. Let's get out of the water there. And let's go use this book. So maybe it's not the book that matters. Maybe the trigger for the time travel is going to this age. So let's try this, actually. I'm going to go here to the this book and confirm that we're going to go to Crystal Ahnonay. Okay, we are. So now, let's try something else. So, if we use the Cathedral book instead of the one there, what does that do? I know we're doing a lot of linking in this video. And we're still back here, so it appears that the only way we can effectively change the position of time in this age is to use this book. So right now I guess we're in the present. So if we're going to move the needle of time, as it were, we're going to have to use this specific book. That's a little strange. Why do we have to use this book? Alright, well let's do it, because I have an idea. We touched a shell cloth over there, and in doing so, we should be able to link to Space Ahnonay in that spot. Oh, and the door doesn't open unless I actually walk. Walk forward as well. That's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to go back to Relto and use the shell clock. There's no point in using the link here. We'll see if the time change happened without having to use the linking book there, if it was just a matter of linking out of Ahnonay. Let's see what that did. I'm experimenting with all kinds of combinations here, because we need to figure out what's going on and how to use this. And we are in Space Ahnonay. We made it here. And there's another shell cloth here, which is a little bit further inward. And as such, we might be able to get back into the watery or misty version being inside the tower. So that could be interesting. Alright, let's head back to normal mainland Ahnonay in space. And use the linking book to trigger the time shift back, I guess, to the past version, the water version. So we'll use this. I like the music, it's very ethereal. Fits pretty well for the scenery. There we go. Okay. Aside from all the running around that we're having to do here, this unraveling of the mystery of this age is really interesting. Alright, so let's do this. And I'm going to link back to Relto again. So we should have triggered the change back to the water Ahnonay. And we'll use the shell cloth this time. So let's do that. Aha! We are indeed inside the tower. Okay, so what exactly are we doing in here? First of all, can we open this door up? There's a lever here, so maybe that will help. There we are. Alright, there's also ladders here, and a wheel. Everything just got really quiet. And it looks like the current stopped. Okay, well in that case we can actually go out to all those islands. But first, before we do anything like that, I'm going to check to see if there's anything interesting up here. There's all these ladders around the tower. Just want to see if we can catch anything interesting up here. And it looks like there's not a lot. It's just a view of the islands. Alright. Well, let me just make sure by climbing the other side. Just want to be thorough. There may be number clues or things hanging on the walls. And actually, before we go out and check out the islands, I want to make the shift to the Misty version and see the inside of its tower, because there may be things in there. Alright, nothing particularly useful here. It's just some scenery you can look at. I guess that's cool, though. And that one has even less to see. Alright, well, in that case, let's go... I can't use the book here. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'm just going to go and link back to Relto and go that route. Let's see, is that all there is? We got the wheel, we got... Wait a minute, what is this? What did we just do? Oh, I can't even get out while this is happening. Can I open the door now? I can. So what did I just do? Doesn't seem like I did anything. I mean, everything's still the same as we left it. Alright, well, tell you what. Let's just go back to Relto. And we will travel back to the starting point so we don't have to swim. Let's do that. Wait, what? Well, that's odd. We didn't even use the linking book over there in the water version, but somehow we transitioned to the Misty version. That is really strange. Alright, well in that case, we've got some issues here. Obviously something we did in that tower, maybe that lever we pulled at the end accomplished something. So, I'm going to go back to Relto again. We'll see if using the shell cloth ends us up in here. And we'll see what we can do about that. So we didn't need to run around the island. We already changed it to Misty somehow. Interesting. Alright, I can see the gray color, so I think that's a pretty good sign. And there is a number clue, 366. Let's write that one down. Alright. First of all, is there anything we can... Is there any way to get out of this tower? I don't even see a door on this one. This one is just... There's no controls either. It's just all... Oh. Camera work is not exactly very good. Alright. This is definitely the Misty one. I can hear the storm going out there. And, yep, that's pretty much what I expected. There's nothing else to really see. I guess the number clue is really all you can do here. I don't think there was any other ones, so... Okay. Well, I think it's time to go back to the water version and see what's going on with the islands over there. Check those out. That's really the only thing we haven't seen yet. We've explored everything we can explore in these instances of the age. So let's try that. Wish there was a way to fast track the process of going around the island. So here's what we know so far. The age we've seen has 3 different time states. We've got past, present, and future, presumably. And every time we use this book, it seems like a time shift happens. And in addition to that, the shell cloths that we've been using, as you'll notice, seem to travel between these different states of Ahnonay as well, which is really interesting. So let's go over here. And the lever that we pulled that made the really loud noise inside the tower seemed to have done something that triggered the time change. We heard this really big rumbling sound. Because we didn't need to use the linking book when that happened. So that's rather interesting. I don't know why I jump over that first gap. It's not like there's really that much danger there. Alright. So hopefully with a trip back to Water Ahnonay, we can check out what's out in the distance there. So I guess Kadish would bring visitors to this age, presumably through take a tour around the island and then use the book and then travel forward in time and check out stuff. So, all right, that's a really weird camera angle, but okay. Alright, so I'm just going to use the book here because we don't really need to get anywhere specific to reach the islands now that the current is mysteriously turned off. We haven't even talked about that yet, but somehow we managed to use a wheel to turn the current off. The implications of that are kind of a little bit unsettling. So somehow there must be some mechanical method of control for these things. And actually, I'm going to go... let's go to this one first. Check out what's going on over there. So what secrets do these islands hold? That's the question of the hour. Wait a minute. You guys are seeing this, right? These aren't even islands at all. They're giant murals. Okay. Well, that makes this a little more interesting, doesn't it? So, it appears Ahnonay has a few more tricks up its sleeve than we thought. Alright, there's a platform here that we can get onto. We can see the backside of the mural, I guess, but nothing else to look at here. And the edge of the world, I guess, is right there. I mean, we can try to jump out here and check it out, I guess. And it looks like we can't go any further, so that really is the end of the world. Kind of like the Truman Show. So, this whole thing was all a ruse. I mean, I guess that shouldn't be too surprising, considering Kadish didn't seem to be the grower at the end of the day. But it makes sense now. Somehow there must be a mechanism behind all this that's putting all this time travel shenanigan stuff into motion, but we just don't know what it is. Hmm. Let's see if there's anything here behind this guy. And I think the one thing that just really makes this as effective as it is that the islands do look bad from a graphics perspective from a distance. And I think as video game players, we're conditioned to think that, oh yeah, you know, these are what assets that are not fully, you know, developed look like. So we must not be able to get to those islands, you know, because I mean, Eater Gira had like landscapes out in the distance that were kind of like this. They looked very two-dimensional. But you know, at the end of the day, this actually was a part of the in-universe lore. Is that these bad-looking paintings were bad for a reason. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything to do here either. I thought one of these had a number clue on it. I could be wrong, though. Am I just missing one of these? I hope I'm not. Alright, there's one more to check out. And it's the one with that dead branch thing that we were seeing, although now I'm beginning to suspect that that's not what it is. Oh no, I was wrong. There's 2 more. There's 5 of these. Or 6 of them if that's an additional one. Okay. Alright, come on. Let's get up here so we can run through all of it. I wonder who Kadish commissioned to make these paintings. You gotta wonder. This one's really close to that one. I just love how they each have these floating platforms to hold them into place, presumably. That's really ingenious and very clever. I could have sworn one of these had a number on it. So I think we're back at the starting point, because we originally went over there, or we're about to be back at the starting point if we kept going. But this one's different because this one has a hole in it, and we can see that the branch thing is not a branch at all. It's a giant crack in the wall of this place. That's really interesting. So much like Jim Carrey, we were seeing the place run down a little bit even before the ruse was revealed. Just making sure there's nothing here. I thought there was something here. Alright, I guess not. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. I don't know. Either way, we'll reference all the number clues at the end, whether we find them or not. But for now, I'm really curious about what's going on in here. Okay, there's a shell cloth here. What? Okay, that's weird. Oh, here we go. You have to get off at this point. Interesting. There's a symbol that we were seeing in the cathedral, and it's got the dunny number 1 in it. So that's fascinating. And there is a door over here. Also a shell cloth. And here's another lever and a door, so maybe this opens it? It does nothing. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well, we have found some of the inner workings of this age, it would seem. But we're going to have to see what we can do with this next time. So until then, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. But next time, we're going to explore more of this age and see what we can locate. But until then, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves today. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell to get notified of the next episode. But until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.